It's Riff Arcade, I'm Josh.
I'm Butts.
And we are back at it on Wolfenstein 3D. I did not see this coming.
Oh, the easy
one. So at the end of the last episode, I introduced the concept that if you grew up in the 90s, or, you know, born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, video gaming grew up with us. And, Butts, I think you were gonna talk about that. Did you want to kick it off? Or
No, yeah, I was gonna say that we grew up with video games. We were trying to figure out what video games were at the same time that video games were trying to figure out what they were. Like,
yes,
everyone was just like, "What is this?" Like, we didn't know what to do. So it kind of felt like, yeah, in the really early 90s, there was just like, throw everything against the wall. Let's just see what sticks.
Yeah.
Like, there might be a parallel universe out there where Wolfenstein 3D did not do well, and there's just no first-person shooters. And
that's true. Now you're getting deep.
Yeah, that sucks.
Nothing in those rooms.
I mean, we wouldn't have Call of Duty, but we wouldn't have Halo, so, you know, you take what you can get.
Yeah.
Tomato, tomato.
For sure. And I mean, part of what I meant was even, not only video games as an art form matured, but also video game content matured as we grew up, because when we were kids, gamers were like, okay, let's do Mario, Sonic, Wonder Boy, Bubble Bobble, you know, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, like those kind of games. And then as time went on, like the PlayStation came out and they started doing like, you know what gamers like? Boobies. How about Tomb Raider?
Hooray!
Soul Calibur with Ivy. And all that kind of stuff. And it was, in fact, a very awkward adolescence for video games.
Yes. I mean, all adolescents are awkward, but yes.
Whoa! There's a guy right behind me. Whoa.
Wow. With his back to you, too. He wasn't even, like, worried about you. Oh, yeah, your health is low.
Yeah, I can't take too many more shots.
Yeah, it was kind of, we joked about it in one of the episodes. Like, they got the easy stuff out of the way of, like, all right, all the sex, all the violence, and then they're like, all right, well, what else can we do?
Yeah.
Like, once it was like, all right, that's not enough, or fine, we got our fix for a little bit. What can we do? Let's make a thinking game. You're like, that kind of thing.
And the advent of true polygonal 3D kind of kicked a lot of that off, too. That was when they were like, okay, we have a new dimension. What do we do with this? And of course, again, the answer was boobies.
It's always the first answer.
But then, as we became adults, more adult-oriented video games came out. And I don't just mean, like, adult-rated. I mean, like, really thoughtful games. Like, games that really make you think about them and dive into them and explore them cerebrally as well as gameplay-wise. So,
yeah.
I don't want to be the kind of guy that says, like, we're the best generation of gamers, because I know better than to say that kind of crap. But, I have to admit, growing up with the games we did, the timing was really good. It was a really great time to be a gamer, for sure. Still is.
Yeah, you kind of got the full spectrum.
Yeah.
Like, watching this now, I'm like, you know, like, the graphics are fine, I guess, but, like, yeah, they're really dated, and there's no color to the floor or ceiling. But if you said, like, oh, you're comparing this to, like, Mario 3, now I'm like, oh, okay, I appreciate that. Whereas a kid, you know, some 10-year-old seeing this would just be like, these graphics suck, and Mario 3 graphics suck. Like, they don't have the, no, you start from the bottom, and you go to the top, that we do.
Right, and kids now, of course, yeah, like,
you youngins.
Yeah, of course, everything we experienced was the best gaming had to offer at the time.
Yeah.
Now, kids have you know, there's a market for retro gaming, so kids can go back and play games that aren't even necessarily old like this, but could just be games that are fashioned like this to appeal to our demographic. and younger gamers can experience it and say, nah, not for me, which is fine. That's absolutely fine.
Well, video games are now starting to have, like, you could build games kind of like, not build on each other, but like, okay, Wolfenstein figured out what works, so we don't have to spend the time to do that. We can devote that to other stuff.
Did I go this? I think I went that way.
I don't know. Everything looks the same.
It's the Windows 98 screensaver. Yeah, here we are. Okay.
There you go. Hey, live people.
Hey! But wait!
Ooh, a big room. There we go.
Oh, yeah, this is a big secret room. Oh!
Thank you. So I heard this on a podcast today. So none of this is actually my material talking. Like, I'm not this smart, but they were talking about horror movies, and that, like, I'm not a horror movie person. I don't know why I was listening to this podcast, but they were saying slasher films kind of appeal to teenagers. Because it's like, when you're a teen, you feel like you're invincible, and the scariest thing to a teenager is just some crazy guy with a knife trying to kill you. But when you look at, like, horror movies that are kind of made for adults, you do have horror stuff, but you get away from slasher things into more, like, thought-provoking horror, like Heredity and...
He has to do his taxes!
Yeah. Children! Or like, yeah, stuff like that. Like, the most horror, like, the biggest horror movie of all time is, what, The Exorcist? And that's about, like, kids are crazy, so...
Children!
I feel like that's kind of like how video games are. Like, the market has gotten older, so they're like, all right, let's make more nuanced, mature stuff for these older people.
Yes. Nuanced is a very good word for online content. Very good. Excellent use of the word nuanced.
Oh.
That's very nuanced of you.
Okay, yeah.
Oh!
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because now we have games like... What is a more cerebral game? Stuff like the Stanley Parable, where there's hardly any gameplay to speak of, but it's all about the dialogue and the choices and the actions you take as a gamer.
Yeah, or like Last of Us. Like, that's a game where it's like the gameplay isn't the thing that makes you come to the game. It's the questions it asks. No, pupper.
Yeah.
No, pupper. No, pupper.
Good call. Good call, Butts.
No, pupper.
I know. Hello?
Yeah. You okay?
Hello? Yeah. Any Nazis in here?
Yeah. Speaking of horror movies, yeah.
Speaking of low-hanging horror fruit.
Terribly, yeah.
Hello? There's an amazing Pablo Francisco sketch bit. He's a stand-up comedian, and he kind of uses that too, where he's just like, you could strangle those kids with a cordless phone. You know what I'm saying? You're walking into the house. Hello. Billy. Okay, I'm gonna get naked and take a shower.
Yeah,
What's going on?
we'll take a shower. Yeah.
It's a great bit.
Go take a shower. Yeah.
And I'm lost. Oh, Castle Wolfenstein, you've done it again. Oh, Axis powers. You and your Mussolinis.
I thought Germans were supposed to be efficient. Like, this should be easy to navigate. Look at the Swedes. They have the IKEA figured out. Like, you guys are like neighbors practically. You should know how to do this.
This is like an IKEA in here. That's exactly what this is.
They did the lines on the floor.
I'm gonna round the corner and there's gonna be furniture and kitchens.
Yeah, ooh.
So I always thought this was interesting. I think this is the case. It's programming, but if you hit the treasures backwards... Okay, that's weird. Yeah, it's like you don't collect it until you can see it or something. It's kind of weird. It's hard to explain. I guess you'd have to be playing it. Oh! Oh no!
Whoa! You went the wrong way.
Knock it off.
Sir!
He went to the corner we weren't in. Oh.
Germans always turn right when they enter the room.
Those do the really
That's how we
The
knew he wasn't
sharp
German. Yeah. Very crisp, the salutes of Germans.
Yeah, I will say, like, again, like, don't support the Nazis in any way, but, like, there was something about the really crisp, like, I was like, disciplined.
Wait, know how to march, huh?
Whoa, there's a guy behind me. There's a guy behind me. Serpentine,
know?
serpentine,
Oh.
serpentine.
Yeah. I'm a serpentine.
Don't forget to serpentine.
Woo!
Springtime for Hitler
Yeah.
and Germany. That is the greatest and only good thing to come out of the Nazi party is The Producers by Mel Brooks.
That's the one that you can't do anything else after that. Yeah.
In
I still want to
fact-
see Jojo Rabbit. I've heard that that's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that either. Directed by Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Oh, the man's a treasure.
He is.
He's gonna be one of the treasures I pick up in one of the room. It's gonna be the chest, the
That'd be
cross,
great.
and Taika Waititi.
Like his little floating heads.
Hello, it's me, Taika Waititi.
Puppies. Puppers.
Oh, that's nothing.
What are those? Those plants? What is that? Are those the dog bowls?
I guess so, yeah. Little dog bowls.
This is how spoiled I am. I was like, Josh, look down. Just look down. I'm like, oh, right. You can't.
Not gonna happen.
Sideways. That's all you got. I got X and Y. What more do I need?
Whoop. Deutschland is happy and gay.
Comes the master race.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Mel Brooks. Can I gush?
Speaking
Every
of
time
treasure.
I bring up, every time I bring up Mel Brooks, I want to gush on this channel. Every single time he comes up, I just want to be like, Mel
Me
Brooks.
too.
Oh,
Oh! Oh no, you got Wolfenstein.
I did. I got Wolfenstein.
Oh, so like this. Oh, does everyone come back to life?
Yeah, that is.
Ooh.
The level starts over. All my guns are gone.
Ooh.
I had a life subtracted.
Yeah. I did not know you started over. Ooh. Okay. That does
Yeah,
up
this
the
is
difficulty.
this is one of those deals you can save in this game. Fortunately enough, they didn't know to program that in. But this is one of those games where if you die, it's like just reload the save, man, because it's an uphill battle from there.
Yeah. That guy was like a shooting gallery. Just like you shot him and he went left. You shot him again and he went right. You shot him. He's serpentine. There you go.
Don't be a dummy, be a smarty. Come and join the Nazi party. Mel Brooks.
Yeah,
he
you were
can
gonna
do
gush
that.
about Mel Brooks.
Yeah, because he's Jewish. He can do those jokes, and God bless him. Was that something? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much we've talked about Mel Brooks on this show, but it's not enough.
Never.
With hits like Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, The Producers, as mentioned, Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Yeah, what's your favorite Mel Brooks movie?
Oh, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah, me
Hands
too.
down.
I saw that in theater.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
In theater, I loved it.
Ugh.
So my grandfather took me to see it. It was great.
I think we mentioned we kind of talked about that on a Super Metroid episode we did, but I'll say it again. Jurassic Park was at the top of my favorite movies of all times list. It was #1, but I did a reevaluation recently, and Robin Hood Men in Tights
A little
took
bit
the
higher.
spot.
Yeah,
So
I think I
number
mentioned too. I saw both of those movies in theater when they came out. Although both were, I was taken to both by my grandfather, and I know at least Jurassic Park, my parents were like, "We don't want you to take him to see Jurassic Park. He's too young." And he immediately was like, "Come on, we're going to see Jurassic Park." Like,
Yes.
I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
It was great. I loved it.
Your grandfather id softwared your mom.
He did. Yeah. He was just like, "I'm your dad. You can't tell me what to do."
Therefore,
It kind of got
the
balanced. It got balanced out because the other movie I saw in theaters was Speed 2 Cruise Control. So, I mean, I'm not
par
saying
for
it's
the course.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but it's not the other two.
It's not one of the greatest movies of all time, as is the
Or
rest.
Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Man. But yeah, your mom said we're concerned about the violence. And your grandfather said, in light of this concern, we're ramping up the violence.
Yeah. They're like, we're concerned he's a little too young for it. And his retort was, yes, but I want to see it. And I went and saw it with him. So the moment they were in the car, he was like, get your stuff, we're going to see Jurassic Park. It's like, okay, it's got dinosaurs. I was happy.
Yay!
Yeah, pretty much.
Hooray!
And they were, I want it on record. My parents were wrong. I was ready for that. And I was like, this is an amazing movie. This is great. And I'm 9 and I'm fine with this.
I'm 9 and this is the best day of my life ever!
Yeah. I was like, I have just had an experience and I don't even know what that means.
Being
there we go.
a kid in the 90s was the absolute
65.
best. Which is why we tried to recapture that so much on Riff Arcade.
Yep.
All right, we've made it to floor 5. We hope you've enjoyed these couple of episodes of Wolfenstein 3D. As promised, we're going to continue the id trilogy here on Riff Arcade. And the next couple of episodes will be their next game, Doom, ladies and gentlemen. So stick around and we'll see you on the next episode of Riff Arcade.
Yep. Keyboards go.